Hello, we're the PNC Newsgirls, Mia
and Maya, reading the news 6 days a week because you're too lazy.
Wednesday, July 19th, 2023. I forgot the word 19th for a solid second there. I was about to say 20th, and I was like, no, 19th is a word.
One of the most ingenious tricks ever devised has been that of sailing the Jewish ship of state under the flag of religion and thus securing that tolerance which Aryans are always ready to grant to different religious faiths. Ale filler.
Alright, quick column. Shooting the messenger. Journalism under fire by the Israeli army. The Israeli army has reportedly killed more than 55 journalists in the occupied Palestinian territory since 2000. Just the year 2000. Media freedom is under attack globally in the occupied Palestinian territory as many journalists killed in the line of duty. In May 2022, the Israeli army shot dead Al Jazeera correspondent Shirin Abu Akleh and has reportedly killed at least 55 journalists in Palestine since 2000, which with apparent impunity. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know anyway.
Europe's black hole. How much of the more than 185 billion given by the West to Ukraine has been stolen? The unfavorable situation for Kyiv is aggravated by Ukraine's traditional problem, corruption. As an non-governmental organization, the pro-NATO German Marshall Fund of the United States, declared it as an undesirable organization in Russia, released a report ahead of the conference on the restoration of post-war Ukraine, which took place in June. The report stated, countering corruption in Ukraine is as strategically vital today as the policy of containing communism was in the Cold War. What is the Cold War?
I don't know. Okay, look it up now.
Cold War.
What is it? Tell me what it is. You must know.
What is it?
Cold War. The Cold War was a period of geopolitical tension between the United States and the Soviet Union and their respective allies.
The Western Bloc and the Eastern Bloc.
Okay.
Interesting. So this is just another word that I was never told about.
Alright. Israel. Former Prime Minister says Washington is no longer our closest ally. Israel is the only country that is allowed to tell the United States that they're a sovereign country for the rest of the world. The United States decides if you are a sovereign country based on your willingness to serve American interests. But the Israelis are allowed to do this? That is not totally clear. The basic situations that I wants to ensure security objectives, including unlimited war and a right to push the Palestinians into the sea. Push them into the sea. Or don't.
Wuhan lab leak. So friggin' likely. New Slack messages reveal massive media deception by Fauci and scientists. That made no sense. Anyway. Last week, House members investigating origins of COVID-19 accidentally released a trove of Slack chats and emails between the authors of Nature's... What's that?
Seminal?
Paper from March 17, 2022. Well, that's 2020. I'm dying. The proximal origin of SARS-CoV... What?
Just COVID.
Okay. The proximal origin paper delivered a single line that for years helped authors slam a lid on theories of human intervention in COVID-19. It is improbable that COVID emerged through laboratory manipulation. Jets showing I give up.
Alright, full call. Woke busting app allows shoppers to scan grocery items so they don't buy from brands owned or run by bleeding heart liberals. A new app allows shoppers to scan items in grocery stores to check if the brand supports woke values. Veebs, a free app on the App Store, says it has the brands that align to your personal values settings and offers replacement suggestions for the ones that don't. A TikTok video advertising the new software shows a blonde woman in a floral dress saying, The best way to fight against these woke brands is with our wallets. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, got it.
Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau corners himself between his enthusiasm for trans and Muslims. But last month, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau found himself caught between his urges to pander the trans movement on the one hand and his long-standing desire to be perceived as the champion of Muslims in Canada, a position that enables him to criticize and demean believing Christians as intolerant bigots. But there's a slight problem that just won't go away. Believing Muslims don't want their children,
Indoctrinated
in schools, with ideology being pushed by the trans movement in North America. Just over 3 weeks ago, Canadian Muslims demonstrated outside his office in Ottawa, as reported by the Post-Millennial. A group of Muslims gathered outside Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's office to protest the LGBTQ
indoctrination
and the addition of Progress Pride flags on government buildings. Canadian flags could be seen at other entrances.
Okay, Jason Aldean defends himself over backlash to controversial song Goes Too Far. Try that in a small town for me refers to the feeling of a community that I had growing up, where we took care of our neighbors regardless of differences of background or belief, because they were our neighbors and that was above any differences, Aldean explained. My political views have never been something I've hidden from, and I know that a lot of us in the country don't agree on how we get back to a sense of normalcy where we go at least a day without a headline that keeps us up at night. But I'm dying here apparently. But the desire for it to, that's what the song is about. The outspoken conservative concluded.
Okay.
I feel like I read that very awkwardly and I don't know why.
IRS whistleblower to testify Wednesday will confirm reports on Joe and Hunter Biden investigation. It will likely indict FBI, DOJ, and Biden crime families. The House Oversight Committee, led by Rep. James Comer, RKY, will hold a hearing with the IRS whistleblowers on Wednesday starting at 1 p.m. ET. The whistleblowers will both appear at the hearing. They are expected to testify under oath that the Department of Justice and FBI urged them to end the investigation of Joe and Hunter Biden.
Okay, Illinois. I always think Illinois, but it's just Illinois. Becomes first state to eliminate cash bail. Democratic Governor J.B. Pritzker celebrates court clearing radically new policy that could free more criminals before trial. The state's top court upheld a 2021 state law that limited cash bail and offered that it take effect in September, clearing the way for the state to implement one of the most sweeping bail reforms in the nation. The law, passed by the Democratic-controlled legislature and signed by Pritzker, had been blocked after a judge found in December that violated the state constitution.
Okay. Spain's early election put the far right in power for the first time since Franco. The Popular Party and Vox have agreed to govern together in some 140 cities and towns since May, as well as to add 2 more regions to the one they already co-govern. San Alberto Núñez Viento, the PP's leader, has not ruled out a partnership at the national level.
Okay, monkey column. Travis King faced assault allegations, damaged police car before running to North Korea. What? Army Private Second Class Travis King, 23, that's younger than expected, was accused of punching a man several times in the face at a club on September 25th last year. Seoul court records indicate. 2 weeks later, on October 8th, Korean authorities responded to another dust-up involving King, who is allegedly displaying aggressive behavior, according to the court documents. When police put him in the backseat of the patrol car, King reportedly spouted expletives and insults, and insults aimed at Koreans, the South Korean army, and the police.
Okay. Rwanda forces major women's rights conference to listen to anti-abortion Hungarian president. Rwanda is right about women's rights, The Guardian. Delegates at a women's rights conference in Rwanda have expressed shock and anger at the appearance of the Hungarian president. Katalin Novak, who is anti-abortion and an important player in the international anti-gender movement, was invited to speak at the Women conference in Kigali this week, where reproductive rights is one of the critical areas under discussion.
Okay. Police. 12-year-old charged with throwing acid on 11-year-old at Detroit playground. It now takes 11-year-old De'Ara Summers 2 hours to get dressed after a 12-year-old girl threw acid on her at a Detroit playground, causing second and third degree burns all down the girl's back, arms, and legs. The incident happened on July 9th when Summers was playing with her siblings and cousins at Vernor Elementary's playground. WXYZ reported. Summers' cousin had unresolved drama with the 12-year-old assailant, and Summers was caught in the crossfire while running away to fetch her purse, according to her mother, Dominique Summers.
Okay. What, acid? Really, though? Like,
how'd the child even get acid?
How'd the child get acid? This is a 12-year-old. Okay. Barack Obama's brother claims he's definitely gay. Barack Obama's half-brother in Kenya has reportedly responded to the former U.S. president's effort to promote the inclusion of LGBTQ-themed books in school libraries by suggesting that his half-sibling is homosexual. This man is definitely gay, Malik Obama purportedly said on Monday in a since-deleted Twitter message. The post, which was reported by multiple media outlets, came in response to a letter in which Barack Obama denounced the banning of controversial books in children's libraries, including at least one that features graphic illustrations of gay things.
Another war crime column. CIA contractor spied on Latin American leaders. A Spanish security firm is being investigated over its alleged spying on a number of former Latin American heads of state. El País has reported. The Spanish newspaper said in court proceedings earlier claimed that the same company, UC Global SL, had eavesdropped on WikiLeaks co-founder Julian Assange at the behest of the CIA.
Yeah.
Got it.
Closer cooperation high on agenda as Sri Lanka President Ranil. Nope. Nope. This is India. What? How many letters is that?
Don't bother counting it.
Like that's okay. It has taken a year for his first official trip to India, but Sri Lanka President Ranil will be in India in an effort to make up for lost time. He will be in Delhi on July 20 to 21st. On the agenda will be closer cooperation between the two neighbors and enhanced connectivity. Imagine that being your last name.
North Korea fires 2 ballistic missiles at U.S. sub arrives in South Korea. North Korea has launched 2 ballistic missiles into its eastern sea, the Japanese and South Korean military said. Just hours after the United States nuclear-armed ballistic missile submarine arrived in a South Korean port for the first time in 4 decades. But the missiles launched early on Wednesday morning appeared to have fallen outside Japan's exclusive economic zone, the Japanese defense ministry said.
Okay.
Final one.
By elections without democracy. Although it may come across as dramatic and unprecedented, the Move Forward Party, MFP, leader Pete, that looks like Pitta, ordeal and tried to take office as Prime Minister after winning the May 14th election in his power for the course of politics for the past 2 decades.
I'm pretty sure it's Thai.
Thai.
I'm not sure.
Thai, nobody cares.
Alright, thank you for listening to Mia.
And Maya, read the Pull News Central homepage. Do all the good things.
Come back tomorrow for more segregated news.